Welcome to the Shergroup podcast, where we share ideas on how to help businesses grow and prosper in the online world. Join host, Chief Shergroup Claire Sambrook as she discusses her digital journey and how Shergroup is helping thousands to keep their business flowing and growing. Here on the Shergroup podcast.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, welcome to Shergroup on the Sofa. It's Claire here talking again to one of my lovely guests. And welcome to all of our audience around the world who are tuning in to watch what Shergroup is talking about. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Doga Ilter from Retli Group. Hi, Doga.
Hi, Claire. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And as I always do at the start of these sessions, we give a shout out to our number one fan, Ross Saunders. So hi, Rossi. Hope you're good. And hi from me. And I think
Hi, Ross.
Doga's going to give you a wave as well. All right. And if anyone else wants a shout out, you're welcome to ask me. I'm happy to give you a shout out wherever you are in the world. It's lovely for us because it just means that we're making more friends and really kind of pushing out the Shergroup brand, which I'm all about. And the guest that I have today is a branding and marketing expert. So I'm sure I'm going to learn a few things from Doga today as he's talking about his company and what it's up to. So you're an entrepreneur, right, Doga? You count yourself as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, an entrepreneur, also a marketing consultant,
Of course. And you've been on a journey providing consultancy services for marketing to global brands. Can you tell us anyone famous that you've been looking after? Or?
Yeah, of course. So I can give some examples as Pin Traveler app, also some personal branding services I provide to seniors as working in companies as Microsoft, and also Lineage, which is also a technology company.
Fantastic. And how did you get into that? How did you come to set Retli Group up?
Mm-hmm. So in my university years, I was always into entrepreneurship, and I built a clothing brand while studying. After that, after completing my master's degree in London, I had the chance to work with some companies as freelancers. Then I saw that their interest is continuing, and I like doing this dynamic job. So I started Retli Group around 1.5 years ago in London.
Fantastic. It's I love this aspect of business, marketing and developing business and building a brand. It's a great thing to be able to do. And long-term plans, you're showing businesses where they've got to go and how important and strategic marketing is to them. Is that something you get involved with as a marketing consultant?
Yeah, sure. So looking at the fast-paced business environment, lots of brands are entering the market and the competition is increasing. So what I do is for new brands, startups, and also established brands, having a marketing plan and a plan to know where they are going is very important. So it is one of the services we provide to make sure that they have a plan when they are moving forward.
Yes, I mean, I've been marketing Shergroup Shergroup as a brand was established in 2003. And I was very lucky, really, that somebody came along and created a brand for us that we've been able to develop. It can take a long time. I mean, I do see companies now that seem to just hit a nerve on their social media, and they become influencers on Insta or TikTok, and they zoom past other businesses like mine that have to, build year on year their audience and their customer base and their services, right? So I guess it's a journey for all of us, isn't it? But as long as we're doing marketing and making time for marketing, I'm sure you see business owners that still think it's a bit of a lightweight subject, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. So I always try to give them the example to show how important is a marketing plan. is that when they ride a car, they need to know the destination that they are going to. So it's the same as having a marketing plan. If you know at the end where will you reach, what your goals are, what your KPIs are, it is much more easier to have that journey as a business and know that they will not fail in the end and they have a goal to reach in the end. So
Yes.
I can say that marketing plans ensure that all the activities they are doing are taking place and is in the same direction as their business's goal, and they are sure that they will reach the audience that they are targeting. So it's vital for any business.
It is vital. You're absolutely right. And sometimes it's a bit hard for us as business owners, I think, to visualize where we want that destination to be. We definitely want to be in business and we want to keep growing our business, but we can't really shape or we can't see what the end goal like. So somebody like you coming along and giving us achievable goals and shaping that destination, showing us what that might look like is really valuable. So I think that's something for people to take away from this interview, that people like Doga are helping you anticipate where you can get to with your brand and your business with a plan, right? You need a plan. Again, sometimes you can be so busy working on your business that you can forget about the plan, when someone like Doga can give you the clarity that you need. So, I mean, there are so many ways to start a business now. There are so many channels to promote a business. I mean, Shergroup, it seems to, we just got on TikTok. Who knew we'd have a TikTok channel? But it's gathering momentum. But how do brands differentiate themselves between their competitors, and how do they get noticed with your help?
So differentiation is a key in the success. Brands can be offering similar products and services, but they have to differentiate at the end of the day. It's not only for startups, also for established companies, we can say personal brands and entrepreneurs too. So something that I tell my personal branding clients is that because a type of post or content is trending, it doesn't mean that it will also work on their page. And at that point, it's important how they are differentiating, because if they are doing the same, that something is trending or going on, it doesn't mean that their audience is also will be interested in that. So what I try to do at the Retli Group is that we always look into our clients to see how are they unique and how can we present this uniqueness in the best way to their audience. This unique point is something that they can offer differently than their competitors, and this is helping them to differentiate. So again, we can say that a competitor analysis is very important for the brands to differentiate, and also identifying their USP in order to be ahead of their competitors.
Yes. So I've found with competitors over the years that they can have a sort of a pack mentality. They can all kind of follow a visual or a brand sort of thing, and then they become a pack, and then they become pretty indistinguishable. And I think where we certainly work in our marketing is to make us distinguishable from our natural competition, but to really give us an edge. And I think people like yourself, with your skill set, you can dig into the DNA of a company or a business and help pull out what that uniqueness is, and perhaps put it in front of the business owners, the decision makers, and let them see that they are unique. They don't have to be part of the pack. Would that be right?
Yeah. Also, to add, we can say that it's also very important to differentiate with the marketing activities that they are doing. So the product can be unique, but it's also very important how they are reaching the consumer, through which mediums and through which key messages are they targeting. So this is also something that will set them apart from their competitors.
Yes. Well, I'm sure that you have lots and lots of advice about that. My pearl of wisdom that is be innovative and be imaginative. Um,
Yeah.
Even if you're working in a very corporate environment, some of the best brands in the world, Microsoft, Google, SpaceX, Tesla, are amazing brands, but they have a uniqueness around them and a quirkiness around them, which makes them unique in their space and disruptors in their field. So don't always, embrace the unique.
Also,
Especially,
creativity.
yeah.
Creativity is important too.
Yes, it is. It is really. And we have a lot of that in Britain, but obviously in other parts of the world as well. So never be shy about your uniqueness. So you have clients in both the retail sector and the technology sector, and you've seen those industries integrating more and more. How do you see the future of retail?
So actually, the last 2 years have changed a lot in retail, and now we are completely somewhere else than we were 2 years ago. The effect of the pandemic combined with the changing customer trends and behavior changed the retail industry a lot, beyond many expectations. When we look at the last 2 years and how much they've been integrated to each other, we see that online has gained a lot of power, just as in other industries. And technology has also helped brands to be connected with their customers anytime and anywhere.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, social media has become an important tool for brands where they can target, build, and engage with their audiences. Just as the TikTok example you just mentioned, many brands have started to discover these tools.
Yeah.
So
Carry on.
Looking buyer journey, today many customers are influenced online and making the purchase decision due to what they see or experience on social media. Also, if we think of the journey of the customers in retail, we see that technological developments and innovations as the improving payment options, the order tracking, and even the delivery experience has become very important and is an important aspect and effect on the decision-making process. And also today we can see that consumers have started to search a lot, also ask to other customers that are shopping from the brands they hear, and they are getting influenced, but have the power to also influence. So we can say that with evolving technologies, the options that they are seeing is creating new technologies and also new options to them, because there is also innovation, and innovation is triggering innovation too.
So I want to ask you this question. Are you an Amazon customer?
Sorry?
Are you an Amazon customer?
Yeah, I am. You?
Okay. Yeah, I am. And I have to say that, I bow down to Amazon in terms of just what you've been talking about in terms of retail and technology coming together. And I don't suppose any of us are going to emulate Jeff Bezos anytime soon, but I always think Amazon is a good template, or it's something that you can aspire to. How can you make your business fit an Amazon type model? I know when I go to buy something on Amazon now, I always look at the reviews, how many reviews there were and what did the reviews say, because that influences me, and I'm obviously millions of people around the world are in the same boat. So Amazon has, set its stall out, and I'm sure that's a great example of retail and technology coming together. But all of us with much, much smaller businesses are looking to replicate some or all of that, right? That kind of buy it and see what other products go with it, find out about the product information, and be able to buy it online easily with, as you say, the payment options and all of that. Because during the pandemic, Amazon was in many ways a lifesaver for those of us that were in perpetual lockdown, because we could get the stuff that we needed delivered to our door.
Yeah, and all the things that they are doing, as we can say, the payment, putting the reviews, the delivery, also the box that you can collect, the parcel that you ordered. All of them has the main goal of making our life easier and giving us the options of searching, learning, and also seeing the experience of the other customers.
Yeah, and I'm sure that in your consultancy, you take some of those ideas and apply those to your clients in terms of how they can introduce what can seem like complicated systems, can't they? If you're a bricks and mortar store, for example, and you want to move to an online store, then some of these things can seem a bit daunting. But obviously, people like you streamline that for your clients and make it easy to make the transition. So you can have both. You can have online and offline, which is fantastic.
Yeah. So it's very important to bridge the gap between online and physical. Yeah. So that is also always something that I tell our clients. Yeah. If they can bridge the gap between the online and physical worlds and the customer experience, then they are starting to do something different in their customer's life.
And also, isn't it amazing when you do that you're no longer limited by geography where you sell? Like if you're in the high street, I don't know, in Croydon, or in the high street in Worcester or Edinburgh, you're in that high street. And yes, you may have, if you build an online presence, you can sell your product much further afield. I mean, it doesn't work for every business like that, but the opportunity for businesses to scale out of their normal geography is amazing, right? I think that's very exciting.
It's putting out all of the barriers that they had. So online is opening many lots of options and ways to reach their customers, acquire new customers, and start a new relation with anyone that is located even in another country. Yes. They can reach easily and acquire the customer.
Yeah, I mean, and you help your clients with all of that build out and that understanding of just how they can scale their businesses, which again, for people that are not always confident about doing that, they need people like you to show them what's possible, right? Because it's not everybody's cup of tea what you do. Some people are stuck in the back of their business in the operational or the creation or the manufacturing part of their business, and they don't fully appreciate what somebody like you can do for them. So I think that's really important that we get that out today, that Doga can help you if you're one of those people that are thinking, I don't know how to build my brand online. Somebody like Doga can help you. And what about the right audience though? I mean, you can put your brand online, can't you? But how are you going to how are you going to target the right people, the people that really will want your product? How do you help clients do that?
So understanding the customer is a must in marketing, and also to every business to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
While keeping up with the changing habits and the behavior of the consumers, brands and we marketers have to adapt to the changing trends and also sometimes lead them. So as in every marketing action, the focus is the consumer, and they are in the heart of whatever we brands do. So when building experiences too, the focus is again the consumers. And to build the correct experiences, it's important to understand the target customers and build a customer journey map to identify touch points that brands can be at the correct point. So positive experiences, just as we mentioned in the Amazon, having a positive experience will make the customers become loyal. And by also generating the word of mouth, they will influence other customers too. Yeah. So a positive word of mouth can bring more customers and be a very strong point of reference.
I mean, love it or hate it. I mean, Amazon has gone beyond brand loyalty now. It's just like a Tesco's, or a supermarket, a grocery store. You've got to have it if you want to be able to access all its product line. You've got to set your account up and everything. But again, although it's a monster business, which can be a bit intimidating, I suppose, when you're trying to apply it to your business. But if you just take the elements of that the bits that you like and you engage with and give them to someone like you, then you can make it happen in a much smaller environment. Well, not always small, but I'm just saying Amazon is a giant in terms of what it's achieved on the planet, not just in America or the UK. So I think if we could all get a little bit of Amazon in our businesses, that would be a good way forward. And I mean, we've got physical experiences of people coming into the shop. I always like to think of Shergroup as a shop. We sell services and solutions. We don't sell products like bottles of wine or cakes or car motor parts or anything. We sell solutions and services. But I still like to think of it as people coming into the shop. I mean, and so when people have got a physical shop, they've got to translate that to the online world. Now, to do that, they've got to tell people about what they do, their products and services, and why they want people to come to their website and engage with them. And that's really about content marketing, isn't it? Tell us about that. How do you help clients with their content marketing?
So when we look to the B2B side of content marketing too, it's very important that what is the brand doing online, and also how are they engaging with their target audience. So looking at where consumers spend their time, digital channels increasingly gained importance, no matter what industry, or if you are B2C or B2B. Brands and companies have to use content marketing in an effective way to reach their goals. And content marketing has different options. So you can set goals of increasing awareness, increasing engagement, generating traffic, sales, and many more, completely depending what does the brand want to achieve. And through content marketing, brands can give key messages to their audiences, and these messages can be about the product or services they are offering. Being active online and building strong relationships with the audience there means that the prospective client that is online can become a customer without needing any physical interaction. So creating quality content will have the role of reminding the brand to their audience and always keeping the relation active, and establishing positive brand reputation and keeping engaged will also increase awareness through content marketing. And looking again from the B2B side, content marketing is something that reduces cost per lead. So it's free to go online and create your own content and be active while targeting new audiences, increasing your awareness and showing how knowledgeable you are about the service you are providing. And also it's a good way to for service providing companies to present the case studies of their work and also show their expertise in their industry.
It's and again, I guess that you're somebody that can help a company and a client shape their content process, their content production, and get people feeling confident about producing content. Because I think that's one of the biggest challenges for us business owners is understanding what in our businesses we have that could make interesting content. I mean, we've certainly had that challenge in Shergroup, but over the years we've built up assets, and now we're very fortunate to have a TV show in our midst, which is an enormous help to us in our content production. But on the days when we don't have anything to talk about on the TV show, we have to think about what content we're going to put out there. And it's surprising just what little nuggets you can have tucked away in the history of your business, in the build of your business, that I'm sure someone like you will come along and look at, your team and things, photographs you take of your product and services, and, make it interesting. But there's an awful lot in terms of content that business owners is sitting right under their nose, and they feel shy about sharing it, I think, sometimes.
So whatever brands and companies did since today, and whatever they are promising to provide to their audience as terms of both product and services, actually is the content waiting there. So it's also the experience that they did, such as the case studies or providing the data that they helped businesses since today. And also from the product side, how does their product benefit the consumers' lives? And it's important to make the consumers think that, I also need this product in this situation. So the content has a very important role to show to the consumers that, yes, here I need this product. So this content was helpful for me. It's important to give the key messages through the content companies are building.
Absolutely spot on. And as I say, we're riding that challenge at the moment in terms of creating content. So I do understand what you're saying. So again, if you're stuck thinking, scratching your head, watching this interview and thinking, I don't know where to start with my content, then reach out to Doga, and I'm sure he'll have a conversation with you about how you can plan your content rather than just trying to do it on the fly, really, because you just haven't really got any ideas. You need to marshal all your ideas and put them into a plan. So with all of this activity, this online and offline, we're all into building brands now, and building our brand. We all want to be McDonald's. We all want to be Amazon. Some of us do. I certainly do. Shergroup certainly does. And I guess Retli Group does as well. And a lot of the clients that you're talking to want to be known as a brand. What are the steps to doing that? How do you guide your clients on building a brand?
So the point where we start is understanding our target audience, developing a target audience, checking the personas and what do our customers do in life. So consumers need to see the major benefit, and we need to show this in a very clear way to them. We need to convince them that they cannot find this benefit somewhere else, and we are the company, we are the brand that will provide this to them. Thinking of the case that there's a competitor with the same benefit, the emotional connection the brands built with their consumers will make the brand stand out. As we mentioned earlier, content marketing is has an important role here, just as the experience that brands are providing. So we can say the major benefit, which is the uniqueness, and also the emotional connection that brands should build with consumers is important to create value. And when consumers find value in a brand, they are likely to develop loyalty towards it. And today, many startups are misled that a logo, name, and a product is enough to build a strong brand. But of course, it's not.
I wish it were that simple.
We wish it was all that simple, but unfortunately, it's not. To build brand value, customer experience must be perfect. The product or service must be high quality and unique, just as the marketing activities that we are delivering to provide these key messages to our audience. And as a result of all of these, having all of these steps correct, this will build high brand awareness, positive brand association, and also brand loyalty.
Well, and yes, and again, it may seem a little daunting in terms of where you start with that journey to build your brand, but that's, as Doga said earlier, you're on a plan. You've got to get to a destination, and you've got to see your brand as the McDonald's arches. You've got to see the big golden M. For your brand, what does that look like? How are you going to make it stand out in a sea of competitors? And not only in a sea of competitors now, but in a sea of digital business. That's why TikTok is quite interesting, really, because it just gives... I've just had an attorney in one of my business groups start doing a TikTok, quite a funny one. And he's a very... sensible, serious attorney on a sensible, serious subject, but he's done a TikTok channel, and it just elevates him, because he's funny. And therefore, if you're looking for, shout out to Aaron Hines, if you're looking for a personal injury lawyer in Orlando, Florida, then please check out Aaron Hines on TikTok, because what he's doing is funny. When he gets your case and he has to sit behind a desk and help you, advise you, he'll be serious, but he got your attention, right? So I think that's something to think about. And again, if you're not sure, then go to Retli Group and talk to Doga and get him to help you build that plan. Now we were talking. You mentioned to me about metaverse. You mean Facebook, right? When you talk metaverse, you mean Facebook. Do you think he got that from? He must have been an Avengers. He must have wanted his own universe and the multiverse, and now he's created metaverse. I'm sure that Mark Zuckerberg took a leaf out of Iron Man's book or something when he created and rebranded as metaverse. But we'll let him off that. So Facebook and Web3 technologies. I came across that. What does that mean? Web3 technologies.
So it is, we can say, a platform that today many brands are interested to dive in, and also build the experiences that they are building in the physical world, do it in the online world. So looking at the developing technologies today, we have reached Web3 and the metaverse.
Yeah.
So when we look, it's an important opportunity where brands can engage and build new relationships with their audiences, and especially for direct to consumer businesses.
Right.
Yes. So brands can engage, socialize, and also shop in the metaverse.
Yes.
An example of this was with a gaming platform. Ralph Lauren integrated their dresses, so they could any user there, any gamer could purchase the clothes and make their characters wear Ralph Lauren in the metaverse. Yeah. So this was a good example showing how brands can engage, socialize, and also shop. And when these three come together, it means that there is really an opportunity. I think, as we mentioned also earlier, the key to success in this area is to be strategic and also creative, while brands should focus on bridging the gap between online and physical worlds. So the more these two experiences are integrated to each other, the more successful brands will be.
Yes, and I think in the UK there is a move to that. I know some of the giants are over in America, but I think the UK has, I think, is a wealth of creativity and tech know-how, and I think when you combine all of that, then we are able to really not only sell across our 4 nations, but actually then spread out into the rest of the world, which is really exciting for British entrepreneurs who want to do more than just sell in their own backyard. I think that's really, really exciting for those. So if you're a Brit and you're listening to this and you're thinking, well, I don't know how I'm going to encourage you to speak to Doga, and I'm going to encourage you to show him your brand, what you're doing at the moment. How are you going to combine your online and offline worlds into and create your own universe, so that you can sell to the right audience and bring people into your audience, perhaps people that you didn't even think would want to buy from you. Your traditional perhaps buyer of goods and services is actually only one of a number of emerging types of people that will actually want to buy from you as you continue to heighten your brand experience and build your brand out, right? We've certainly found that in Shergroup, that we are, our traditional market was always attorneys, but today we have people in all sorts of walks of life engaging with Shergroup. So don't be too fixated on today. Use, again, Doga's experience to take you into tomorrow, And what is your business going to look like in 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years? There's an awful lot of change out there. So, Doga, from your point of view and this interview, what sort of businesses would you like? I mean, we connected on LinkedIn, right, which is fantastic. That's a fantastic channel. What sort of businesses would you like to reach out to you after hearing this interview today? Have you got any types of businesses that you think you could really help after hearing this interview?
So I think with the changing consumer behavior and also the changing market trends, it's important to for every company to adapt to these changes, discover new customer profiles, customer segments, and also for startups, as we mentioned, it's very important that they develop a marketing plan and know where to go.
Yeah.
So I would encourage any business that is looking to stop the challenges, identify new opportunities, and to want a new marketing strategy that they can put in action. They can feel free to contact us, and we can have a discovery call to see how can we add value to their business and how can we reach their goals together with a strong plan.
That's a great idea. Discovery calls and talking to you and seeing if there's a synergy there with you, I think is really important. And if you're offering that, then again, anyone listening to this interview, take advantage of a discovery call with Doga and understand. Because I think what is interesting that's come out from this interview, and which I wasn't expecting today, was the fusion between the online and offline world, and you seeing a business being able to manage its expansion and its development in both of those areas. And I have to say, I wish I'd met you 5 years ago, because we kind of had to figure that out ourselves. But today it's a reality, even more so because of the pandemic, right? So I think that's a really interesting way of looking at things and combining that and finding the right audience and building the right brand. So there's a lot of opportunity for people out there, right? And a lot of opportunity for Retli Group, I hope.
Yeah, for sure. So in the discovery calls, we look how can we add value and how can we position this partnership in the best way that we can help them reach their goals.
Yeah.
So anyone watching this can feel free to add me on LinkedIn or drop an email to us.
Brilliant. Okay, they'll find you on LinkedIn. We'll put all that in the show notes so that people can find you and Retli Group in our show notes. And you're now part of Shergroup's community on LinkedIn, and I hope you'll look it up on lots of other channels as well. You can give me some feedback about what you're seeing as we develop our own universe. So thank you, Doga, so much for visiting, and thank you for reaching out to me. I can't tell you how nice it was to have a person on LinkedIn reach out to me. If anybody else would like to be interviewed on Shergroup on the Sofa, we got a bit of a queue forming with people that want to be interviewed. So please use the opportunity of a free video spot to come and talk to us about your business and your business experience. And you can visit Doga's website at retli.com. That's RETLIGROUP.com. And for inquiries, you can you can contact them at contact@retligroup.com. And I'm sure you can find Doga's in LinkedIn, Facebook, or any of the other channels that you hang out on. And you've got your portfolio. Now that's important. That's at behance.net stroke Doga Ilter. Sorry, pronunciation probably not right. But now that's your portfolio of what you've done for clients, is it?
Yeah, so besides my marketing expertise while studying communication design a few years ago, there I was concentrating more in the creative side. And with the marketing, I started to concentrate on the strategic side. So today what we do at Retli Group is integrating creativity and strategy and adding value to our clients by using these two important aspects and helping the businesses in this way.
Yeah. Well, creativity is hugely important, because if your brand doesn't stand out because you're not creative, you don't have to be creative. Someone like Doga can be the creative one, but you've got to have an edge. You've got to have an edge. You've got to have a story. And you've got to think about what that's going to look like online and in any other place that you turn up, whether it be physical or on some kind of channel somewhere. So again, don't feel that you're on your own trying to do this. Take the advice, take the help, and use somebody's clear creative skills, strategic marketing skills to get you to where you want to be. So thank you very much, Doga, for today. Great to talk to you. And for everyone who tunes into Shergroup on the Sofa, again, I just want to say that I love business. So I love talking to business owners. I love hearing about their story. I can always relate it to Shergroup's own story, and how we've kind of moved forward. And I love to hear how other business owners have their own story and how they're developing their own story. It's fascinating to me, because we live in such an interesting time. With technology as it is, and all the things that the World Wide Web gives us, this has been a great time in history to be in business and to use these tools that we've never had before. So you'll find lots of things always happening on shergroup.com, which is our home website where we have our solutions platform. And you can follow us on any of the channels. I'm sure Doga has his set of channels as well: the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, which I'm super happy about. And please like and subscribe us on YouTube. They'll see a little subscribe button with this video. If you like these interviews and you'd like to see more of them, then just please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we want to build up a library of videos talking to interesting business owners about how they've built their business and how they can help you in the future. Okay, so until we come to our next week's session, it's bye from me. Bye, Doga.
Thank you very much, Claire. Bye, everyone.
Okay, and we hope to see you back again sometime in the future. You can tell us, and perhaps you can show us some of the creativity and the fusion of technology and strategy and online that you've achieved for your clients. We'd love to see some of that display on here as well. Okay, all right. So thanks everyone. Have a great week ahead, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Shergroupie podcast. To join our Shergroupie community, subscribe by going to our website at www.shergroup.com. Keep up with the latest Shergroup news across all our main channels, including YouTube, LinkedIn, and across all social media. Stay connected and begin building more business relationships.